Which lesson we were discussing in previous session?
Digestive system.
Very good. Okay, shall we start the class?
Yes, ma'am.
So how science class is going on? Can you tell me?
Ma'am, ma'am, very nice.
Really?
Ma'am, Join and your teaching is very nice, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Is there? Can you observe something on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
What you are seeing on the screen?
Yes, ma'am. In same procedure of digestion in human.
Yes.
Test of digestion in human beings.
Okay, I think everyone got this on the screen. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in yesterday's class, we have discussed about accessory glands. Is that correct? Is that right? Okay. So now, one second. Here, who all are there? Let me check first. Sanvi, who is Sanvi? Aditya Sadunke, who is that Aditya Sadunke? Is he there? Okay. Uh, Let me ask you one question that which accessory glands we have discussed in yesterday's previous session? Just tell me who know that answer. Very good. Then what is the function of large intestine? What is the function of large intestine? Huh? Yes, pardon, I can't hear. Yes, it will help us to absorb the water. Then absorb water from what? From river? From rain? Yes. Huh. First, clear the question what I'm asking. What is the function of large intestine in a digestive system? Some of you have told that is correct answer, but I want in a proper manner.
A large intestine is a broad and short than a small intestine.
Don't read the textbook. Large intestine, it will help. Yeah, yes, very good. So it will help in absorption of water from digested food. Even it will also help in absorption of vitamins and minerals from the food. Am I clear?
Yes,
Okay. So this all case has been happened in the digestive system, that how food item is digested and which kind of digestive juices has been secreted by each compartment. So now, what is the process of assimilation? What is meant by assimilation? This we have discussed in the first session of your this lesson. What is mean by assimilation? Assimilation means what? Assimilation is nothing but usage of energy which is produced by all food items. Is that right? Yes. So the energy, it is generated by the food items, and the body will be using that energy to carry out all the life processes or the life function. That process is called as assimilation. So in this case, how assimilation, how what kind of means in what way this assimilation is working? See here, digested food material that can be used in many ways. You know that after digestion of food, from that we will be getting energy. So in how many cases, in what all cases we are getting energy? For example, glucose. So glucose is released by the digested food. Yes. So glucose is also giving us energy. And one more thing, simpler substances. When we get these simpler substances, when carbohydrates or fats or proteins, when they will be broken into simpler substances, that time also energy will be released, and that energy will be stored in body, and whenever it is required for body, that energy will be used by the body cells or the overall body. And one more important thing is that when proteins are broken, that time energy is released, and that energy is used for growth, repair, and to make new cells in our body, and even to make hormones. So in this way, the energy is used by body when food is digested. This all process is nothing but assimilation. Assimilation is nothing but the usage of energy which is released in the process of digestion. So glucose is also released, and through that glucose we are getting energy. And fat, carbohydrates, they are also converted into simpler substances. So while these are converting into simpler substances, that time also the energy is stored. And last but not the least, that is protein. When proteins are broken, in that case, energy is released, and that energy, whichever released by protein, that energy will be used for body development, for growth, for repairing any damaged cells in our body. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood how assimilation process takes place in our body?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Shall we move for next concept?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now how we will understand that our body is using starch or sugar or glucose? How we will understand that our body is using that energy? So for that purpose, here I have shown one activity on the screen. Okay, so let us discuss that activity. Daily you are having food, right? That food will be digested in your body, and through that digested food, energy will be releasing in the form of glucose, starch, or sugar. And how you will be knowing that in your body how that energy is releasing or the starch? So in order to understand that, here we will take two test tubes. Okay, these are called test tubes. Okay, these are called what? Test tubes. Here, can you see these test tubes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in these two test tube, I'll add boiled rice. Boiled rice in one test tube. Here I'm adding boiled rice in one test tube, and in this test tube I'm going to add cheeved boiled rice. Cheeved boiled rice means what? You're just cheeving boiled rice in your mouth, and that cheeved rice I'm going to add in this test tube. Okay, one test tube is containing fresh boiled rice, and this test tube is containing cheeved boiled rice. Okay, in that both the test tube I'm gonna add 10 milliliter of water. Okay, after adding, I'll take one solution, that is iodine solution. This iodine solution add in both the test tube. Now what difference you are going to observe in this test tube is, in this test tube only fresh boiled rice is there. So when you add iodine solution, these boiled rice will turn into blue and black. That means there is a presence of starch in that boiled rice. Whereas in this cheeved boiled rice, when you add iodine solution, that will not turn into blue and black color, because when chewing process is taking place in your mouth, that time carbohydrates are broken into simpler form, and it will convert that energy into starch or sugar where the body is using. So that is why this cheeved rice will not turn into blue and black color. Understood? Or is it confusion? What? Or shall I explain it once again?
We understand.
Okay. See here, in short way I'll tell you. Here I'm taking two test tubes. Okay. These are two test tubes. This first test tube containing cheeved boiled rice means just keep 4 to 1 teaspoon of boiled rice in your mouth and chew it for 4 to 5 times, and that cheeved rice you keep it in this first test tube. And second test tube, fresh boiled rice, it should not be cheeved, fresh boiled rice you have to keep in this test tube. Then in both the test tube, you just add 10 ml of water and mix it well. Then after that, add 2 to 3 drops of iodine solution or 5 drops of iodine solution in both the test tube. Okay. Now what you'll observe is this cheeved boiled rice will not turn into blue and black color. That means there is an absence of starch, because when you are chewing boiled rice, that time starch will be completely used by your body. But in this case, still that boiled rice is having starch. So that is why when we add iodine solution in that, that boiled rice will turn into blue and black color. Now understood? Okay. Shall we move to next slide? Are you able to see next slide? Now? Okay. So here I have shown. Okay. Okay, that is good. So here in this slide, what I have shown is complete digestive system process. Okay. So when you take food in mouth, then that time what will happen? After that, which process is taking place? Which compartment is taking place in the function of the digestive system? Okay, let us discuss that one by one. Now, food moves to when you are chewing food in mouth, that food will be passing through esophagus, right? It will be swallowed through esophagus. Then that food moves to stomach through the esophagus by peristalsis movement. What is mean by peristalsis movement? I told this.
Ma'am, the muscular movement of the esophagus.
Yes, muscular movement. Muscular movement means there is a contract and relax, contraction and relax. That movement we call it as a peristalsis movement. Okay. Then next what will happen? The food which is reached to stomach. After that, by the secretion of stomach, the food digested and proteins are converted into simpler form. Even we have discussed this. Proteins are broken in which compartment? Stomach. And then their energy will be released. And next one is partly digested food enters into small intestine as a chyme. What is mean by chyme? I told this. What is mean by chyme? Why don't you remember these all things? What is mean by chyme? If I ask define chyme, then what you'll write? Chyme is nothing but semi-solid digested food, where the digestive food will mix with the saliva and that will be becoming soft. Semi-solid food that will be termed as a chyme. Am I right? Just look at the previous videos, you will understand it clearly. Next one, pancreatic juices act on the carbohydrates and fat. Where this pancreatic juice is secreting? In 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 which gland pancreatic juice is secreting? Pancreas. Very good. In pancreas, pancreatic juice is secreting, where it will act on carbohydrate and fats. Next, bile juice act on the fats, where this bile juice will be secreted. Liver. Very good. Next, whenever these carbohydrates, protein, fats are digested in food item, that time which all kinds of energies will be released. See here, carbohydrates, it will be converted into glucose. Proteins are converted into amino acids. Fats to fatty acids and glycerol. These all things will provide us energy. And these all things will be coming by these nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Understood till here? Or is there any confusion? Am I going fast? Am I going fast? Okay, very good. So next one, digestion will complete and absorption will take place in small intestine. In small intestine, a very important part is present where the absorption is taking place. Which is that part? No. Villi. So villi will help in absorption of what? These all glucose, amino acids, fatty acids and glycerol. Next one, food enters to large intestine for water absorption. I told just now we have discussed that large intestine is helping in absorption of water by digestive food. Next, waste material will be stored in which part of digestive system here? Rectum. Yes. So here rectum is a part where uh, undigested food is stored. One second, wait. Hey, who is that? Yawning. Is it boring class? Then you all people are yawning, no? Who is yawning there? Okay. See here, the wastage food will be stored in the rectum. After that, that wastage food will be removed by which part? Anus as a fecal matter. Understood till here? This is all about digestive process in your body. Anybody is having doubt? No one is having doubt? Next. Shall we move to next? No, mama. Who is that? No, mama. Okay, see here. The overall process of digestive system I have given here. Means in which compartment which digestive juices are secreted, which kind of energy are getting, and which nutrients are breaking up. Okay. If you want, you can just take the screenshot of this. Make it fast. Did you all taken this screenshot? Now, whatever we have discussed, no, in previous slide, the overall I'm giving in this table. Okay. Okay. What you are observing on the screen now? Cow. Okay. Okay. See here. Digestion. How digestion process will take place in cow. That we will discuss now. Ha. I'll explain, Baba. I'll explain. Ruminants. Okay. Shall I explain? Or you want to explain, Vinayak? Vinayak or who is that? Vinay. Vinay, you want to explain or shall I explain?
Ma'am, don't want you next.
Okay, that is good. Okay. Now have you seen cow?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Is that your favorite animal?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Then which is your favorite animal? Dog.
Ma'am,
Then cat. Yes. Which bird? Which bird you like? Parrot. Okay, very good. Okay, let us back to our lesson. That is nutrition in ruminants. So what these ruminants are, just see. Ruminants are grass eating animals. What are the ruminants? Ruminants are grass eating animals which has a rumen. For example, cow. So which is an example for ruminant animals or the ruminants? Cow. And here till now we have studied or we have discussed digestive system of human being. Whose digestive system we have discussed? Human beings. Now whatever we are going to discuss is the digestive tract of ruminants. Okay, so how food will be digested in the ruminants. For example, here I have taken example as a cow. Okay, because cow is a ruminant. Now here the digestive tract of this ruminant consists of mouth, esophagus and four compartment of stomach. How many stomach do you have? You all have one stomach. Just check it. Check how many stomachs you all having. One, no? Okay, that is good. Okay, but here, okay, but when we see cow, that cow is having four stomach in the form of rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. These are what four compartments which we find in cow's stomach. Understood? Okay. Next track is small intestine and large intestine. So these are what the digestive tract of cow or the ruminant. Mouth, esophagus, and the four compartment of stomach, that is rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. These are four compartment of stomach. And next one is small intestine and large intestine. So till here, anybody is having doubt? Okay. And one more important, that rumen means what here? Uh, Animals which eat grass. Okay, that have a special kind of bacteria which will help in digesting of cellulose. So rumen have special kind of bacteria which will be helping in digestion of cellulose. Here cellulose, it is a kind of nutrients produced by food item. Yes, like fiber, carbohydrate, protein. Okay. Here you can see the picture of ruminant. Can you observe that? Okay, here you see. This is the esophagus of ruminant. And this is stomach. The stomach is having four compartments. Rumen. And this is small intestine. And when you come, this part is stomach. Next one is, this is large intestine. Okay. Now let us have a look on how these ruminants will digest their food.
Yes, ma'am.
What you are seeing on the screen now?
Ma'am, ruminants, what? How they digest? What? Ma'am, rumination.
Rumination. Okay, rumination. Can you see rumination on the screen now? Okay. Now see here, we will study the process of digestion in ruminants. First, half chewed food swallowed and goes from the mouth to the rumen. So first step is what? Uh, these ruminants, it will not chew food completely. Only these ruminants will chew food half. That half chewed food will swallowed and it will goes from mouth to rumen. Next, I told that there is special kind of bacteria in the rumen. That bacteria will act on the food and digest the cellulose. Remember this because it will be coming as a multiple choice or a objective type question. For what purpose the bacteria will be used in a ruminants? That ruminant will be digesting cellulose which is present in a body. Understood? Next, that food will be next entering into second muscular chamber that is called reticulum. So after entering to the rumen, it will be next passed into reticulum chamber. This half digested food is called as cud. What is half digested food is called? Cud. Next, chewing of cud is called as rumination. What is a rumination? Chewing of cud. Cud is nothing but half digested food. That half digested food will be again coming back to the mouth. See here, half chewed food will enter into stomach. That half chewed food will be digested and again it will be coming back into mouth of ruminants. That process of chewing cud or the chewing half digested food is called as rumination, and these type of animals are called as ruminants. Here I'll show picture and I'll explain you once again. See here, don't get confusion. Here what will happen, these animals will eat grass. Okay, here these grass will be eaten by these cows or ruminants, not completely, only they will chew it half chewed food will be entering into the stomach. Okay, and here that full food will be digested but not completely. Again, that half digested food will be coming back to mouth. Okay, and again it will be chewed, and that process will takes place only in a ruminants. So this overall process is called as rumination. What it is called? Rumination. And such kind of animals are called ruminants. Understood? And half digested food is called as cud. Understood? Okay. This is all about rumination or the nutrition in ruminants. Is anybody having doubt in ruminants? No, no. If I ask any question on this concept, are you able to answer that question? Okay. Now, little part is remaining in this nutrition in ruminants that we will discuss tomorrow. Okay. And okay, this we have studied. See, nutrition in amoeba is completed. Am I right? Okay. Only little part is remaining that we will discuss and wind up the class tomorrow. Now you can attend next class. Thank you. हाँ हाँ बोलो. Notes we will discuss after completion of this lesson. Okay. क्यों नहीं आ रहा है?
Ma'am, can we write question answers?